Attorney Jen.
Hi, Attorney. How are you?
Hi!
Attorney.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, Mr. Jovi, Miss
Ayan.
Chiki, and Miss Maricel.
Hi.
Hi.
Nako, Attorney Jen, ikatlong araw natapos na yung at least one witness. Ang tagal, tatlong araw natin siya pinakinggan. Sa tingin niyo po ba ay merong naiambag itong witness na ito dito sa pagtakbo ng kaso?
Napakalaki po ng kanyang ambag, no, Mr. Jovi. And I would also like to commend him, no, sa gitna ng mga kaguluhan na nasa paligid niya. The first witness, Mr. Calilong, remained calm, remained quite articulate, and quite frank with his answers. Mahalaga po yung naging mga testimonya niya dahil nga po, this is the chosen opening argument of the prosecution. Alam ko na ngayon bakit inuna ng prosecution itong artikulo na ito regarding the alleged grave threats. Kasi nga, ang ipepresenta nila or pinresenta nila ay isang expert witness. And this will set the mood doon sa publiko na ang prosecution ay handa talaga sa paglilitis na ito. Hindi lamang ordinaryong witness ang kanilang ipinresenta, bagkus it is an expert witness as to the authentication of the video. So malaki ang ambag ni Mr. Calilong and I congratulate him kasi natapos na rin ang kanyang kumbaga paghihirap, 'di ba? Na graduate na siya sa rigors of this proceeding.
Totoo.
Pero, Attorney, kanina kasi, of course, kino-question. Sabi nga namin kanina, tinatry tibagin yung credibility, Kin-question yung kanyang credentials. So, sa puntong yon, ano yung na-establish nung matanong yung kanyang credentials? Na-establish ba yung kanyang expertise or it's the other way around?
I actually commend the other senators na nireiterate yung kanyang mga qualifications, no? Because kung mapapansin natin, with all due respect to the defense counsels, and alam ko naman na trabaho lamang nila, of course, na tibagin yung credibility ni Mr. Calilong, dito sa araw na ito, actually, if you will observe it carefully, mas lalong na-reinforce yung credibility ni Mr. Calilong. Kasi yung line of questioning nung defense, I don't see any relation. Bakit tatanungin mo, for example, kung abogado ba, yung NBI agent, kung nag-imbestiga ba talaga yung NBI agent, when the sole function of Mr. Calilong ay unang-una, hindi naman kailangang abogado ang mag-authenticate ng video. Even lawyers, kung wala kang proper training or experience in authenticating videos at hindi ka nag-training or seminars, it is not a qualification. You cannot authenticate a video. Moreover, hindi rin natibag yung credibility ni Mr. Calilong dahil may personal knowledge siya when in fact siya mismo yung naatasang mag-record. Pero hindi naman siya yung naatasang mag-imbestiga regarding the case in general. So it is irrelevant to ask him kung nag-imbestiga ba talaga kayo or nag-imbestiga ka ba talaga? Kasi hindi naman yon yung trabaho niya. Ang tanging trabaho niya lamang ay yung pag-authenticate nung video.
Attorney, kanina, no, sabi ni Presiding Officer Senator Cheese Escudero, sabi niya parang nafo-frustrate na si Attorney Ligutan, which is yung lawyer ng prosecution, no? Kayo po ba, did you understand his frustration? Kasi ilang beses siya nagsabi, vague, objection, compound question ba yun? Tama ba, Attorney? Yung sunod-sunod na questions. Did you get his frustration or should he have just let the witness, should he just have let the other lawyers speak?
Of course, I understand the frustration of attorney, no, of the prosecution. We all witnessed his, of course, brilliance yesterday. And that is normal naman po, no, sa mga kaso rin sa regular courts. Talagang hindi maiiwasan ng kaming mga abogado ay nafo-frustrate, lalo na pag hindi namin makuha, 'di ba, yung result na gusto namin. Even if sabihin pa na medyo na-frustrate siya doon, there's nothing wrong wrong about that, right? Lawyers are, human beings also. Talagang may emosyon din ang mga yan. But
Pero nakuha niyo po yung punto niya na bakit
Oh,
sabi
yes.
siya ng vague, bakit legit po ba not legit, but then do you think na dapat lang ginawa niya yun at pinigilan yung isang lawyer na magsalita?
Yes, his feelings are valid. Definitely. Kung ako rin ang nasa katayuan ni attorney ay talaga namang mafo-frustrate din ako at baka mas malala pa yung reaction ko kaysa kay Attorney Ligutan. So kudos to him for being quite composed pa din naman and quite professional.
Attorney Jen at viewers, pasensya na kung medyo bitin to dahil makakausap pa naman natin si Attorney Jen next time. Pero konti lang kasi yung oras. Pero before tayo magpaalam sa kanya, tatanungin ko lang kasi kanina puro technicalities, 2 days ng ganon, Attorney Jen. Pero ano ba talaga ang gusto natin ma-determine dito sa article of impeachment na ito, yung specific, kung yung threat ba o yung pagkuha ng assassin? Kasi parang kanina bordering on yung assassin, talaga bang na-contact yung assassin, sino ba yung assassin, or yung talagang pagbibigay ng actual
Banta.
threat? Oo.
No, magandang tanong, no? Tandaan natin, no, kung itong alleged grave threat ay isang impeachable offense na isinusulong ng prosecution at ang ground nila dito ay papasok ito sa betrayal of public trust. Tandaan po natin sa kaso ni Gonzales versus Ochoa, sinabi ng Korte Suprema, ang betrayal of public trust hindi kailangan na yung aksyon ng impeachable official ay nag-a-amount to a crime. Hindi porke betrayal of public trust kailangan ay punishable under the revised penal code. Any action po ng isang impeachable official which amounts to faithlessness, gross faithlessness against public trust, or is tantamount to bad faith, or tyrannical abuse of power, pwede pong maging betrayal of public trust, and then it can be a ground for the removal of the impeachable official. So in my humble opinion, actually, kahit hindi ito striktong pasok sa grave threats under the revised penal code, if this conduct will be deemed by the senator judges as unbecoming of a vice president, then it can constitute betrayal of public trust under the Constitution.
Kahit John Doe pa kung talagang may assassin o wala.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
malinaw po. Attorney Jen, maraming salamat po for joining us this evening.